Hey, it's Sam here, and this is the Womier RD75. It's a 75% tri-mode CNC aluminum keyboard that features the bulkhead structure for the case, has magnetic pins for the daughterboard, and supports QMK VIA. The keyboard will be available on Kickstarter with a starting price of $89 for the standard series and $109 for the Pro series. It will also be available in 4 different colors, and here I have the RD75 Pro in the anodized blue color. Before I continue, do subscribe if you haven't because you don't want to miss another video like this. Included in the box is a Type A to Type C charging cable, a switch and keycap puller, extra silicone nibs for the gasket mount, 3 extra switches, and a hard plastic protective cover for the keyboard. So the keyboard has a 75% compact layout with some RGB lights at the arrow keys here and the power on off switch here under the caps lock key. The side profile looks like this with the cherry profile keycaps, and the front height is just over 20mm. The anodized finish on the case is really nice too, and it doesn't catch any noticeable smudges. The back just has the Type C port, which is located in the middle here. The bottom has 4 rubber feet, the brushed stainless steel weight, and a much appreciated magnetic badge with a storage slot for the 2.4 GHz USB wireless dongle. The keyboard weighs around 1.9 kilograms or 4.2 pounds due to the heavy CNC aluminum case. As mentioned before, the keyboard is compatible with QMK VIA. So once you load the JSON file, you can remap all of the layers and keys, switch to an ISO layout or split encoder layout, create new macros and import existing ones, save the current layout you have or load a saved layout, and configure the brightness, effects, and speed of the RGB as well. The keyboard has per key RGB and it comes with a few effects pre-programmed already. It's quite bright and saturated even though it's mostly blocked by the keycaps, but it's very visible in your room or in normal lighting conditions. Speaking about the keycaps, these are cherry profile double shot PBT. They come with matching colors to fit the case, so the anodized blue version has these white, blue, and light blue keycaps. They are 1.2mm in thickness, which is decent, and the legends look sharp and clear, and the color is nice too. I think they did a great job here, and you can never go wrong with cherry profile keycaps. As for the switches, the keyboard will come with the new Womier full palm switches, and I have the grey version here. It's a 5-pin linear switch with an operating force of 55 grams, has an RGB diffuser on the top housing, and comes pre-looped from the factory. From my testing, these switches are smooth out of the box and have a clacky sound signature. The PCB is 5-pin hot swap in a south-facing layout. Most switches will fit here, and there is no interference with cherry profile keycaps. As for the stabilizers, they are plate mounted and come generously looped, as you can see. The loop definitely helps as they don't rattle or ping at all when in use. So let's talk about the main features of the keyboard. The case utilizes the bulkhead structure, so opening and closing the keyboard is really easy. Here you can see how this works with the ball snapping into place. The PCB comes out really easily as well, as it uses magnetic pins to connect to the daughterboard, and this is how the pins look. Basically, disassembling and building the keyboard is really easy to do with the bulkhead structure and magnetic boards, as there's no cables or screws you have to mess with. Alright, as for the components and mods inside, here is what's included. In the bottom case, there's a piece of EPDM case foam, a PET insulation film, the 8000 mAh battery, and the daughterboard here in the middle. Besides that, there's also the 5 screws holding the weight under the case, and if you are curious, the brushed stainless steel weight looks like this. Okay, now moving on to the plate and PCB. For the mods, there's a piece of PET insulation film that sits on the PCB, an IXPE switch pad that layers on top, and a pre-cut Poron platform that goes on like this. Here is the 1.2mm PCB. The material is FR4 and it has flex cuts, making it quite flexible. On the front, it has the power on/off switch here and the RGB indicator LEDs here. On the back is where you can find all of the purple hot swap sockets and the magnetic pins here too. The PCB is gasket mounted with these white silicone gaskets on the sides, and you can switch them out with these yellow silicone nibs if you want a more flexible feeling keyboard. They are really easy to swap out, and from my testing, these yellow nibs are slightly more squishy and allows the PCB to flex more on the sides. The FR4 plate included comes with flex cuts too and can flex quite a lot even with the switches installed. And when you gasket mount the PCB and plate with all of the mods included, it produces a solid and stable typing feel with the presence of a slight flex at the end. In my opinion, this feels great as it's not too soft or flexible but still provides a nice typing experience. Anyways, enough of me talking, now please enjoy the typing sound test. Okay, here are my final thoughts on the Womier RD75. Honestly, from testing and using the keyboard, I think this is one of the best budget 75% keyboard currently available. Not only does it sound great out of the box, it has the latest bulkhead structure design, a wireless magnetic PCB and daughterboard, a storage slot for the wireless dongle, is customizable with VIA, has a 8000 mAh battery and comes with a lot of mods included. To be honest, there's only one thing I don't like, and it's the location of the power on/off switch. But I think this won't really matter to most people, especially when you factor in the early bird Kickstarter price of the keyboard. So if you're interested in the Womier RD75, do check out their Kickstarter linked in the description below for more details and exclusive deals. And that does it for this video. Thanks to Womier for the keyboard and thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and remember to subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next one.